Greetings and welcome back to Monster Legends. It's Saturday and we have some things to talk about, so let's get right to it. Let's begin with the Tails Challenge. This, of course, is the island that you were collecting tokens for. Remember, 5 of 5? And if you have them, then you have access to this. If you don't have them, let's face it, you weren't really trying, because they weren't difficult to get. This, of course, is what I meant by it's going to be expensive, you're going to want gems. And yeah, you're going to want gems. Now, you're going to want to reduce them as much as possible, but you are going to need gems. And at the center, of course, we have Rara Avis. And she is a magic attacker. We went over her stats. She's got a great power. She's got a great speed. Not so much on the health, but I'm taking that as kind of a glass cannon. And by the way, that's when I'm talking about mythics. She has an enormous amount of health if you compare her with a legendary. But anyway, she's got extra turning stuff, a lot of damage, so definitely somebody you want to add to your mythic collection. Otherwise, your opponent will have her, right? Anyway, you can see where I am. I got the first 20. I ended up using about 12 gems to finish that off this morning. And this one, I'm going to try to get as much as I can inside the 30 here and then push it along tomorrow. The way I like to do these, I target 100 cells, right? It's 4 days total. The first day, I try to reduce it as much as possible to get the first 20. I do the same thing the second day, trying to reduce the number of gems and the cost for the 30, right? Then I spend 2 days trying to reduce the 50 to get that down as low as possible. You know, usually it works out that the 30 costs me more than the 50. But the thing is, you can see right now it's just about 300. But then again, I have a lot to do from here. Probably won't even look to gem it until late tomorrow morning. After that, like I said, 2 days to get the 50 down. Anyway, this is going to be running for another 2 days and 13 hours at the time of recording. So like I said, I hope you saved up your gems because it's probably going to be pricey in the end, right? I'm counting on this one probably being more than 100 to complete and then maybe like 2 for the 50. At least I hope I can get it down that low because you'd hate to stop at the 50 and not get the last 50. Anyway, that is my plan. I hope you're doing well with this. Remember that these individuals down here collecting gold, there is like a time interval in there. You can only collect a certain amount before the well runs dry. I think for these events that it's 8 hours. I might be wrong about that. It might be 4 hours too. I think it's 8 hours. The only ones that really you can actually do are the multiplayer. You can just bump out 8 multiplayers in a row for that, and that's no problem. The other ones, they do have their little cooldowns. So try to work it as well as you can. Unless you're going to be facing me in battle, in which case you don't actually need her. No, you don't really need her at all. All right, next on the hit parade, we have the Xavi Pit path. Now, you're only going to see this if you own Xavi Pit. So if you don't have Xavi Pit and you wanted cells in order to get him, sorry, you're not going to get them here. But if you do have Xavi Pit, it is an opportunity to get cells. Mind you, you're not going to get enough to rank them up unless you can get way down there. I mean, down here it starts to get great, but there's a buffer, right? When you see here, you see this 11, you notice how long of a trip it is to the 20. That's generally why I end up stopping in the middle there. You know, unfortunately, it just becomes really, really hard, especially when the boosts wear off. And by the way, I noticed that I can actually move him again. Hey, how you doing here? Can I have some maze coins? Just saying. Gems would be fine too, though. Or you could do that. I was being a little pushy, wasn't I? Okay, fine. Anyway, as you can see, there is a discount. In a situation like this, when they do these paths, they start with a 20% discount for a certain number of hours. Then it turns into a 10% discount. You're never going to get any kind of like a 1 hour type of a thing. So spend the coins as you can, because the sooner you spend them, the better the discount you get. So there is literally no reason to hold on to them. Unlike the normal mazes, right? When you're waiting for maybe the 30% discount or you're saving up for a limited path. In this case, just spend them immediately. No reason to hold on to them. Like I said, personally, I think I probably get to around the health ruin or maybe the fight or something like that. I do intend to get those. It gets me at about 80 or something like that. I think that's how much of Xavi Pit that I have. Let me just check that out for a moment. I didn't really get that much of him the first time. Where is he? Okay, I got 63 of them. Yeah, probably get around there. Around 80, 90, somewhere around there. So, yeah, I mean, I really could use more, but unfortunately, they didn't really up the numbers for the cells, did they? But, you know, anything is a help. Maybe I can get enough ember to raise him up. Although, raising Xavi Pit, you're basically going to increase his health and increase his speed, because his power is kind of useless because he uses torture effects. But he is actually quite useful indeed because of that. And then, of course, we have this. We have a little sale going on again. It's been going on for a while, but you can get some honest, really good stuff in here. Unfortunately, you would have to spend gems that you wouldn't have for the challenge. So you're going to have to work out whether or not you want to do that or not. In some cases, it may be irresistible. You may only need a small number of cells in order to get a certain legendary, and you may say, oh, there it is right there. I could just hit the button and I could get them, you know. So, you know, you have to make that decision, right? And remember, we are talking about legendaries. And given the war situation, especially the last war we got kind of trounced. And it was mostly because they had like 130 and 120 mythic creatures. So, yeah, it was kind of ugly indeed. And we also have, let me just go down for it, because they hide these for some reason. There we go, we have a breeding event. I think I mentioned this. We have a top monsters breeding event. So who can you breed here? Well, Rekka is basically the wild card in terms of Rekka can show up with any of the combinations, right? So here you can get Ingenica or Rekka. You can get Dungeon Master or Rekka. You can get Alcanine or Rekka. You can get Prince Charmless or Rekka. So there's a lot of different combinations in there. If you need to get a bunch of epics, this is a great way to do that, which is actually useful. All right, so let's go back over here and over here. I was thinking, you know, breeding a lot of epics is actually useful because right there is a 161 for breeding epics. So that can definitely help. And as you can see, I'm actually not very far away from the egg as it is right now. Where is it? Right there. So, you know, 160 points is very, very useful. All right, and I think that is about everything that we have here. We have the challenge. We have the Xavi Pit path, if you're an owner of Xavi Pit. They're giving the cell stuff here. They're selling the cells in the store. And, of course, they have the breeding event. All right, so there is something else. In the meantime, I got a mantis, a sparkling mantis, and I had to hatch him. So I'm not making a video of him or something like that. But I actually heard that he's actually good. And I question whether or not he is good or not. And I thought, why don't we just find out? Because I threw him in here. He's level 1. And I figured, you know what? Why don't we just rank him up and see what he is? Huh? Okay, I'm not going to search through all of them. Oh, there he is right there. I was thinking I didn't want to look for him, but he's sitting right there. All right, so let's just very quickly take him to 60. I'm not going to go too crazy with skills. His strength is actually good. His life is not too terrific at all. Speed's okay, too, so he's got some good numbers there. And he's immune to freezing. All right, well, let's just see what he's got. He's also got 3 open ruin slots, and I do have another one of him. So if he is actually fairly good, I could rank him up. All right, why don't we just do this very quickly? Hold on. Okay, there's him ranked up. Negative resistance. Deals moderate thunder damage. Stamina leak. Okay, that's all right. All right, and let's keep going here. Moderate thunder damage. All right, well, I have to take it. All right, let's keep going here. Vigor Glands. Removes 30% of stamina from target. Gains 30% of stamina, and stamina regenerate. Oh, that's not bad. I'll just put it there for now. I'm hoping maybe there's a group version of that. That wouldn't be so bad. Okay, pull yourself together. Dismounting Mail. Deals very heavy special damage. Removes 50% of stamina. Applies stamina. Wow, that's actually a really good one right there. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously an upgrade of that. That's a good attack. Especially since he's got a decent power, right? And there's his final form in the background. Stereo Vision. Deals moderate thunder damage to all enemies. Removes 30% of stamina from all targets. That's not bad. Maybe he is okay. He pulled himself together. Very heavy. Okay, that's... I'll leave that one there because it is a 0 cooldown. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what else he's got. Abdomen glands. Deals massive special damage to one enemy. Okay, that's interesting. That's a good question. It removes 50%. But this one, of course, it benefits him because it gives him stuff back. That's actually the upgrade of this one. Let me think about that. Apply stamina leak. That's a really good question. I think I'm going to take that out, even though it's a 0 cooldown. Because just taking away, having lots of ways of taking stamina away is pretty good. I don't know what that is. Deals moderate thunder damage to all enemies. Removes 30% of stamina from all. Apply stamina leak. Alright, so it's an upgrade of this one? I mean, do I want both of them? I probably do. Because that way you can just take stamina away, right? Yeah, I mean, that one is just, if you have no stamina, it's kind of useful, you know? That's a very heavy hit. That's a massive hit. Well, this one is going to give the stamina leak. It's also going to do a lot of damage to everybody. All right, I'm going to take that. I like having both of them. All right. Yeah, he's not so bad. He's not so bad. I think he got one more here at 45. All right, we just got that one back again. Oh, removes 100% of stamina from target. Ooh. That's kind of useful. But, you know, I actually don't think I can fit that in anywhere. I mean, this one he'd use if he didn't have stamina himself. Removes 30%, gives him 30%, gives him stamina regen. This one is a group attack that does damage, but it also does 30% of the stamina away. This one gives 30% of the stamina away, but also gives a stamina leak. That one takes 50%, but it does a lot of damage. You know, I think I'm not going to take that one. I'm just going to get him up to 60 now. All right, and look at his final numbers. Not so bad. I mean, the strength and the speed are similar to each other, and they're not bad, especially considering he is an older one. You notice he had 3 evolutions there. Life isn't too terrific. I mean, it used to be slightly above normal. Now, of course, it's absolutely terrible. So, I don't know. Maybe he's worthy of testing or something like that. Maybe I could stick him into a testing video sometime in the future here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hatch the other one and rank him up. I guess we'll have to see about that in the future. All right, I just thought I'd throw that in because I didn't know anything about him, and I thought that was a good way to learn. And I wasn't going to do an extra video for him, right? I do have a video coming up soon for her, because as you can see, she's getting near that point where we can hatch. I'm thinking, however, I want to do a testing video tomorrow, and I'll probably put her feeding video up on Monday, because I don't want to do 2 on one day. And I'd kind of like to stick to the testing video on Sunday thing while I can. I do have a lot of individuals, and I think I have a team picked out for that. So we'll see how that works out. Anyway, like I mentioned, we don't have war, unless I didn't mention it. Yeah, unfortunately, you'll notice that the 8-hour cooldown is directly impacting that. So if it wasn't for that, we'd be able to do war right now. Like I mentioned in the last war, we didn't do too well, but that actually broke a streak for us. So let's just see what I'm talking about. Right, we got kind of beat up heavily in the last one. They had, as I said, they had 130 and 120s mythics all over the place. But we had a streak there where we were doing pretty good, so, you know, man, we're in the Legendary League. You know, we ran into somebody who was tougher than us. Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. Who knows, maybe the current team we're facing will beat us up as well. I know I wouldn't mind being out of the Legendary League, because I don't like the 8-hour cooldown thing. I know I say that all the time, but my opinion on that has not changed. I just think it's meaningless. Just completely meaningless. If somebody wants to opt out, you know, they can do that during the actual war, right? They don't need an extra 8 hours. That just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I'm done venting. All right, so why don't we do PvP? because I have a lot of teams available here. There was a lot of repetition, though. I'm going to say that. There was a lot of individuals who kept getting chosen. There were a lot of Elviras. There were a lot of Armor Claws. There were a lot of Canes. There were a lot of Wormelads. I don't know why the concentration of those individuals kept popping up, but they did. So understand that if I pick somebody who has one of those individuals, it means the other teams are not available. Just understand, I'm not going to do, I do 4 teams, it's going to be 12 unique individuals. So the thing about it is, options are good. And somebody actually got their team on this list because they gave me an option, by the way. So let's begin. Our first team today was suggested by Jacob Thorpe. And Jacob wanted to see, and this team took a lot of teams out of contention because we're beginning with... Okay, we're starting with Elvira. All right, so everybody else who chose Elvira and nothing else, I'm sorry, your team has been eliminated. Next, somebody else who got chosen a number of times, and that is Bram. And finally, somebody who was only chosen this one time. He feels very insecure about it, and that, of course, is Leafy. All right, so obviously we have a very strong team here. Leafy's going to have an opportunity to do bad things to the other team, so let's see what we can do. Let's see. We got stuff to work with here. Well, who do I have here? Leafy's 110, Bram's 110, Elvira is Elvira. I think I'm going to... Some of these teams are close, but I think we're a little bit too strong for them. So let's go a little bit further here. I want something a little bit... Ooh, that's not going to work. I think I moved in the wrong direction here. Okay, what do we have? Yeah, I probably should have chose one of those first ones. I guess I'm picking the team over here on the left. So let's do that. Yeah, they're in a lot of trouble. All right, and we're going to do... Oh, no, we're not. I've learned my lesson. Lead with the cooldown activation. Yeah, they're evading, by the way, in case you didn't know that. Let's see. Actually, that's you dead. Yeah, you're dead. All right, so let's see here. Oh, wow, one shot, you're dead. That's right. Oh, you're the only individual who resisted the bleeding. Isn't that nice? Ouch! That was rude. Okay, and... Repent? I should have probably picked one of the earlier teams. All right, and spin. Something good? I'll take it and not complain about it. All right, let's move on to our next team. Our second team today was suggested by GCRV. And GCRV wanted to see, we're starting over in Earth, and this is going to be Korra. And next, we're going to go over to Light, and this is going to be Wormlad. And finally, yeah, the troll guy who can dodge group attacks. He wasn't overly happy with that. I'm just going to say it outright. As a matter of fact, the leprechaun says he wants to talk to you about that later. So he'll probably be paying you a visit. All right, so what do we got here? Obviously, we have a couple of individuals who dodge group attacks, and we also have a tank. So we don't want to kill Korra outright here. Let's just look around a little bit more here. Yeah, I'm trying to find something that's a little bit challenging. Actually, I'm not finding anything hard at all. Ooh, do I want to do that? Yeah, the only one I'm seeing here that might be challenging is because of levels is over here. Although technically there's no damage dealer over there. But it means that, yeah, it means Korra is going to have a really bad day. All right, let's do that. Let's go. Oh, are they evading now? Okay, she's not evading. They are. All right, actually, hold on a minute. Removes positive status effects from all enemies. Deals moderate special damage. Applies negative status effect. That just takes care of you guys. Except, of course, he's not going to get a negative status effect, is he? He's not. All right, well, guess what? You're not evading now. Well, I should say dodging, right? That was dodging. How to kill your dragon. You're not a dragon up there, are you? I'd really like to get rid of you. All right, we're Dragon Slayers. I'd really like to get rid of you. And Righteous Evil. Oh, you shielded, didn't you? Let's think about this. One night of fun. He's close to being dead here. All right, Masterwork Armor, deals moderate special damage, applies damage reduction. Just basically kill that guy up there, please. Thank you. All right, unfortunately, Cora got her cooldowns activated. She took one for the team. Oh, right back at you. Let's see. Do we want to do the stuns? Why don't we try that? Yeah, they're really kind of dead, aren't they? Stabby, stabby. And he has no stamina. Payback time. I guess this will be payback time. Okay, not quite. She's got a lot of health. And she's shielded again. Isn't that lovely? Actually, I'm thinking maybe this. And these. All right, let's think. Oh, you are not... here, hit her. And then do Megaton. Oh, actually, Megaton is a mistake there. I shouldn't do Megaton there. Because if she does a group attack, Cora will get 3 attacks. But if she was just doing the regular taunting, it would just... Cora would get 1 hit and it would miss the other 2. So that was a big mistake on my part. Fortunately, she's not... Sure, well, fortunately, she's dead. I was about to say, fortunately, she's not a damage dealer, right? But it's better that she's dead. All right, so let's see here. Come on, something good. Something good. That's not good. No, it isn't. Not good at all. All right, so that worked out all right. So let's move on again. Hopefully we can find some better opponents here. You know, it's not working out too well. All right, our third team today was suggested by Wormlad. You suggested a team? Or maybe it was another Wormlad. All right, and Wormlad wanted to see, and this was another individual who's asked for a lot, and of course this is Eric. All right, next we're going with metal, and it's a very festive metal, and you know who I'm talking about. Boy, I'd really like to rank him up once. I just need 9 cells. 9, that's all I need, 9. Can we get a Forsaken Path for Centurion, please? 9 cells, it means so much. Because the Megataunt moves into his trait then, you know. And finally, over here, she doesn't quite fit in, but she's very powerful. We have Dorothy. All right, so we have a little fun group here. So let's see how this works out. All right, so how are we going to do? We don't really have denial here, but we do. Actually, we have a Megataunt tank and we have a regular tank. All right, so I really should be able to pick something kind of strong here because Eric is very strong. Unless, of course, there's some trait disabling going on. I'm thinking of this team on the right because this looks kind of tough. The one on the left doesn't look very tough because we're not doing any extra turning. Oh, actually, I should say we might do extra turning. That's interesting, but he would probably clobber Rusty. But giving double damage to Eric just sounds really good. That's very risky. All right, let's do it. Just because of that. Because that little extra danger we have there, right? Oh, wow, he's got a 9 on him. All right. Oh, that's unfortunate. Feel free to stun him, somebody, right? All right. This is where we're going to have a little bit of a problem here. Oh, he's nearly dead. Okay. Unfortunately, they're actually all really dead. Wow. It's a shame he's not immune to control. Otherwise, he'd be on my team. Wow. Can you imagine triple damage on him? Whew. Of course, that'd be ridiculously powerful. And yeah, I'm back up there. Okay, at least maybe we'll... Oh, wow, this just got serious very quickly, didn't it? By the way, I'm not doing that team on the left. No, I am not. All right, let's go with our fourth and final team for today. Our fourth and final team was suggested by Julian Ramirez. And Julian wanted to see... We're starting over in water, and this is going to be a fellow that is currently on a little path. Where is he anyway? He should be... Oh, there he is. I'm surprised he wasn't listed higher. Anyway, that's Aqua. Next, we're going over to Magic. And this is going to be a Sesame Street character by the name of Elmo. And this, of course, is how this team actually got here. Originally, I was asked for another Armor Claw, but it said or. So, a really important or there. Or Spot. All right, so we don't have Denial, but we do have a Megaton tank. But, I mean, yeah, a Megaton tank who might die really quickly over here. So, let's just stay away from the left. I'm actually very concerned about up the middle, too. Because if you have Bella doing her group attack, all of it at one shot to Mephisto, that might just kill him outright. All right, so let's just see if we can find something that suits us a little better, that's tough, but does suit us a little better. Yeah, not really much here either. Come on. I want something that's going to, like... We could do... Ooh, actually... I mean, we could do this team on the left. Pardon me, right. I'm thinking the right. The left one... Oh. You got two mythics. You got a 120, though, but he's like a resurrector, isn't he? Can I kill him quickly? Not really. I don't really have burst damage over here. I have a lot of torture effects. That's a really good question. I want to do the team on the right. I'm going to do the team on the right. Might be a mistake, but I want to do the team on the right. Okay, better runes would have been better. Okay, so let's start with this one. Oh, you're dodging group attacks, but you're not going to dodge this. All right. And then we're just going to hit these guys with this. Okay, it's fine. Stun him. Just don't possess him or something like that. All right. They did not get... Oh, he didn't get the magic because he's dodging group attacks. All right, what about you guys? Lots of damage? I probably should have done the triple damage there. All right, some more torture effects for you guys. Oh, you healed yourself. Okay, that's fun. Not really. Let me think. You... Okay, that is a group attack, isn't it? Unfortunate. Sharp. Okay, this one. That is a single target. I'm going to get you bleeding. I can just get rid of that one. Or I could do some smashing keyboards. Because I don't think Spot's going anywhere anytime soon. But he is doing You Shall Not Pass again. And over 9,000 is going to hurt. Ouch. Okay, let's think. That's a single target. And Charge. Actually, I hit him with the wrong one, didn't I? I hit him with the group one. This one. All right, charge. Okay, and over 9,000, and you're dead. You know, I actually have his egg, and I have an extra 230 cells for him. So, yeah, I should probably wake him up. He should be a priority. I'm very close to being able to get him to like 110, so I might as well do that, right? Just never got around to doing that. And we're done. Okay, so again, we have the Tails challenge going on right now. So try to push that along at an even basis, but you're probably going to have to use gems if you do want to get the full 100 cells. She's a damage dealer. She's got extra turning. So, yeah, she's going to hurt things a lot. So you might want to get her if you can. And, of course, the Xavi Pit path here. If you have Xavi Pit, try to get as many cells as you can. Maybe pad it with Ember. That way you can rank it up. As you just saw, very useful indeed. And then we got the breeding event there. We got some cells in the store here. So we do have some things. I don't know when the next really big event is going to come along. I mean, is it going to come when the Tails challenge is over? I don't really know. It just seems to be that we're missing something at the moment. You know, there seems to be like a little hole, especially if you didn't actually, one, have Xavi Pit, or two, actually collect the little tokens. I mean, if you didn't really care about the character and you didn't collect the tokens, game's pretty boring for you right now, isn't it? Because the only thing is there is an event that'll get you a lot of bread epics, if you know what I mean. So that's what I mean. It seems to be a little bit of a hole right now. So hopefully something is coming. Maybe something's coming on Monday or something. We'll have to see about that. Anyway, I think that we are done for now. So thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games because games are fun. See you.